This is another episode of The Blossom Podcast, your number one source for everything bariatric surgery, from pre-op to post-op. Registered dietitian Alex Conception gives you real, raw tips and motivation through your journey. This is The Blossom Podcast.
Hello. Welcome back to the Blossom Podcast. I'm sorry, guys. It's been a hot minute. I got hit with some 2020 bad luck these last couple weeks, but we can talk about that on another episode, maybe a part 2 of mindset. But today, I want to talk to you about supplements. Big topic, big question. I get it all the time. What supplements should I be taking? Okay, for a lot of you, before surgery, you want to know, what should I get? What should I prepare for? And after, even after we speak, what should I still be taking, or what is required? What do you recommend? Should I be taking this? What happens if I don't take this? Okay, so first things first, 5 highly recommended post-bariatric surgery. Number 1 is multivitamin. 2, calcium citrate. B, complex. Number 3, probiotics and omega-3 fatty acids. 5 highly recommended post-bariatric surgery. Very, very important. You won't be able to get all the vitamins and minerals from food, considering the size of your stomach. With the rapid weight loss, your needs increase. And even though this is not a malabsorptive procedure. Now, when I say this, I'm talking about the sleeve, the gastric sleeve is not a malabsorptive procedure. You are still at risk for deficiency considering the size of your stomach. Okay. Now, the number 1 priority is the multivitamin. You can take any multivitamin because something is better than nothing, but I do recommend a bariatric multivitamin. There are a ton of brands out there, very trusted brands, Bariatric Advantage, Celebrate, Bariatric Fusion. There's a ton. Okay. And I like the bariatric brands because they are already formulated for bariatric surgery. Some vitamins and minerals are elevated compared to what you'd find over the counter. All right. Now, as of recently, when I say recently, like last couple of years, the formulation for a lot of the bariatric multivitamins, they've been pushing out a 1-a-days. So they are pretty much like a bolus amount of nutrients, vitamins, and minerals within one little capsule. So one of those is comparable to about 3 or 4 of the regular over-the-counter. The beauty of this is that it's already, within recommendations of the ASMBS guidelines. Therefore, you don't have to worry about trying to figure out dosing. That's probably the best in terms of why you should use a bariatric brand and dosing, is because they are already, the recommendations on the bottle are within the ASMBS guidelines. Okay, so that's number 1, multivitamin. That will be for life. Okay, there are several different options that you have. You can get everything beforehand. It's just that you don't know how you're going to respond, how you're going to tolerate. Okay, so you have the capsules, you have the chews, you have the gummy chews, or the ones that are like Starburst. You have the chews that are a little like tablets, the ones that melt in your mouth. All of those sound great, but some of them, and I've tested them out here at the clinic. I used to give them out before quarantine, like it was trick or treat, like it was Halloween, and it was very hit or miss. Okay, which is why I do recommend the chews, because it is easier, gives you a little sweet treat, but what I like the best are the 1-a-day capsules. Okay. And for those that can't tolerate the capsules or have a hard time swallowing pills even before surgery, I recommend just opening it up, tossing it in a shake or a soup, and drinking it. Okay. Because in my opinion, this is the best way to get it down without having to mess up the flavor or having any struggle with chewing or struggling with trying to swallow pills. Okay. If you can't take anything else, if you are non-compliant with anything, this has to be the one, okay, is the multivitamin. Number 2 priority is calcium. being post-bariatric, if you're a woman, you're at high risk for osteoporosis. Calcium citrate is preferred, not required, but preferred, because it doesn't require stomach acid for absorption. Okay, it just makes things easier, as opposed to calcium carbonate or a blend. Okay. Now, we recommend 1,500 milligrams, 1,000 to 1,500 milligrams of calcium a day, but your body can only absorb roughly 600 milligrams at a time, okay? So no matter what brand you choose of calcium, you will have to take multiple times in a day. Otherwise, you're not going to absorb all of that. If you just take all your supplements at one time, if you take all your calcium at one time, say if you do 1,000, you're only going to absorb roughly half that. Okay. So you're going to waste your money. So throughout the day, you will have to break it up. Now, and for that reason, not for that reason, but if you've ever taken calcium before, you know that a 500 milligram tablet of calcium is like a horse pill. Okay, now for that reason, I recommend the chews. Okay, so with the chews, it breaks down in your mouth before your stomach, and that's why the sweet ones are good. You get a little sweet treat. There are caramel flavors and different Starburst type flavors, and that's why I recommend that as well. You can also find powdered versions, non-calorie. Just throw it into your shake as well and drink it. Those make things a lot easier. If you use a multivitamin with iron, or if you are taking iron, also know that calcium and iron fight for absorption in the body. Okay, so it won't be as efficient if you combine iron and calcium. I recommend breaking anything with iron or iron alone about a couple hours apart from the calcium. Okay, those are the top two priorities, multivitamin being number one, calcium number two. The other three I mentioned, B-complex, probiotic, and omega-3s, this is for your metabolism, overall wellness, your immune function. B-complex will also help minimize hair loss. Probiotic, you are losing, or you did already have a good portion of your stomach removed, 80%. So we want to promote a healthy gut and get healthy bacteria in there. With the probiotics, this is great for gut health, your biome, your mood, anxiety, all these things linked to gut health. Okay, and the probiotics and making sure that you have those in there is extremely beneficial. Okay, and omega-3 fatty acids for your brain, nervous system, joints, liver, also good for inflammation and healing. All right, those are the top 5. Now, if there was one I would remove from this list, granted you are taking a bariatric multivitamin, and if you're not a vegetarian, the first thing I would remove is the B-complex. Yes, I did say that it can help with hair loss, but in any of the hair, skin, and nails supplements, what's in there? B vitamins, biotin, and other B vitamins. So there are a ton of B vitamins in bariatric multivitamin. There are a ton of B vitamins and animal proteins. Also, with hair loss, studies show that those supplements don't benefit your hair as well. It's going to be hardly measurable only if you are deficient in biotin and B vitamins is where you would see a difference. Okay, so if you are taking a bariatric multivitamin and you're not a vegetarian, it's very unlikely you'll be deficient. So with that in mind, a lot of you would want to take an additional biotin or additional hair, skin, and nails. You're just contributing to expensive urine, okay, because all of those are already in a lot of what you are consuming. We'll do a separate episode on hair loss, but the number one priority in hair loss is protein. Okay. Another thing, when it comes to the bariatric supplements, with the exception of the multivitamin, which, like I said, is formulated for bariatric surgery, and you can do a side-by-side comparison. The numbers are a lot different. Everything else, you can really get over the counter if you're trying to save some money, or if it's more convenient. What you will find beneficial from a bariatric brand on everything else that I listed, other than the multivitamin, is that they are accommodating for bariatric surgery. Obviously, you are restricted. Obviously, you need more options because I don't know what you can tolerate. Therefore, you'd find things like a fish oil to be a lot smaller than what you'd find over the counter, which is huge. Okay. And, you'd pretty much find everything in a chewable form as well. Again, because they're accommodating to what you can tolerate or giving you options to being able to tolerate. Not only that, a lot of these, chewables are, beneficial to offer a sweet treat, to, have an alternative to candy. You know what I mean? So again, just to reiterate, real fast, multivitamin, calcium citrate, B complex, probiotic, and omega-3s. We use Bariatric Advantage here at the clinic, and if you want to save some money, you can jump on their website, Bariatric Advantage. Use promo code RITELIFE, RITELIFE. For first-time orders, you get 20% off. All right, so take advantage of that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I will talk to you guys on the next. Peace.
This was another episode of the Blossom Podcast. For more motivation and future episodes with Alex, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any life-changing moments.